Namo Amida Butsu. To anyone who's new, that means to this topic or channel, that means I take refuge in. I entrust myself to Amida Buddha, the Buddha of limitless light. If you're new to this, I suggest you look at one of my introductory videos. So recently got a question, what about doubts? I can't shake my doubts. So I already made a video addressing the first part, what about doubts? And this will be addressing the second part, I can't shake my doubts. So to that person, or to anyone who feels doubts, and including myself, I still have moments of doubts. It says, I can't shake my doubts. I want to say, good. That's a great, good realization. That's right, you can't shake your doubts. If you could shake your doubts, you wouldn't need Amida Buddha. You wouldn't need this path. You would be able to successfully do a self-power path. But if you're anything like me, a foolish idiot who was embedded in such intense negative karmic, behavioral, emotional, mental patterns that you can't shake your doubts, and not just doubts, but bad habits and negative thinking and negative emotions, then that's a great realization that you can't shake your doubts. And that's actually a fundamental tenet of this path. Here's what Renyo had to say about that. This is from letter 2-13. Yet now, there is then no worry about becoming a Buddha. How incomparable is the all-surpassing primal vow, and how gracious is Amida Tathagata's light. Without encountering the receptive condition of this light, there can be no cure for all this fearful sickness of ignorance and karma hindrance, which has been ours from the very beginning. So you can't shake that doubt. That's right. But Amida Tathagata can shake it. That's why we're seeking him. Renyo continues. Yet now, prompted by the condition of this light, good from the past comes into being, and we assuredly attain other power faith. It is immediately clear, however, that this is faith granted by Amida Tathagata, not you, not me, not me working through, not me doing something and, oh, I attain faith. Faith is given by Amida. Thus, we now know beyond question that this is not faith generated by the practitioner, but it is Amida Tathagata's great other power faith. So in fact, Renyo breaks it down and he says this path has 5 steps. He says, first, the unfolding of good from the past. Second, meeting a good teacher, meaning a teacher who conveys this message. Third, encountering Amida's light. Fourth, faith, attaining faith. And then fifth, saying the name in gratitude. So I'm not sure if there's much else for me to say at this point, except we don't shake our doubts. Amida does. How does that process happen? Based on good from the past, we encounter a teacher who conveys this message and is able to help us hear. You know, someone speaks a doubt, and then a good teacher speaks the Dharma, and then the student reflects on that Dharma. And in doing that, then we're able to encounter Amida's light and feel. This happened to me in my own experience. I started reading this book, Paul Roberts, Shin Buddhism 101. I didn't really believe it. I didn't know what to think about it, but I started to feel something very special. And I've realized that was Amida's light. And then, after having encountered that light, then doubts, all the doubts will come up, and then they need to be met and dispelled. And then faith is given. In that one moment where we let go completely, then Amida gives us that faith. Then we say the Nimbutsu out of gratitude. So, beautiful realization, friend, that you can't shake your doubts. That is, thank you for that honesty. Thank you for the humility. I couldn't shake my doubts, and of myself, I can't shake them to this day when they still arise. So, congratulations. You've recognized your own bamboohood, and I encourage anyone with doubts to get really clear what the specific doubts are and then have them addressed. I just read this book over and over and over. I actually printed out a copy of it, and you can get an e-version of it on my introductory video. I have a link to it, and I just read it. It took me 4.5 times before the message really sank in. So some of us are very stubborn, ignorant fools. And I would be one of those someones. Thanks so much for joining in. Namo Amida Butsu.